Today on CCX News, a high fire risk. A look at the conditions and how local firefighters are on alert. Hennepin County and much of Minnesota is experiencing drought conditions. The National Weather Service issued a red flag warning over the weekend. That's passed now, but conditions are still dangerous. Reporter Emily Haugen explains what we're seeing in the northwest suburbs.
Since the beginning of this year, the DNR has responded to over 200 wildfires.
It's been a dry one so far.
It's unusual that it's this early, that we've had so many this early, and that we're seeing those red flag conditions early.
DNR wildlife preservation specialist Karen Harrison says with these conditions, it's easier for fields to go up in flames.
There's a lot more oxygen in between the grasses. Oxygen is one of the three things fire needs: oxygen, fuel, and a heat source.
The biggest concern is brush fires. Even in suburbs like Maple Grove, there's a risk.
When we have a wind-driven fire, it ends up being more than just our local resources. We end up calling in the neighbors. The DNR has some helicopters and airplanes that they can use as well.
For neighborhoods, Fire Chief Tim Bush says backyard campfires are banned when winds blow faster than 10 miles an hour.
We've had a number of check burn calls. It's typically somebody that's trying to burn yard waste, which is never allowable, hasn't been allowed since 1969 in Hennepin County.
When the National Weather Service issues a red flag warning, that means temperatures were warm, humidity was high, and strong winds were expected. These warnings are now coming earlier than usual this year.
Until we get the spring green up, it's going to be extremely dry outside. And this year we didn't have the snow that we typically do, so it's even drier.
Bush advises saving the backyard fire for later and keeping smoking materials contained.
Simple things like throwing smoking material out of a moving vehicle can cause problems.
Red flag warning or not, the severe dry spell has fire departments on alert.
Everything's going to be extra dry, and the wind's going to be an extra problem.
In Maple Grove, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.